Welcome to another edition of Enfield First. We have a kitchen table conversation with Sandy again. And you have a great question today.
I do, Bob, I do. Okay, so your opponent is on record as saying if you can afford to go out to Country Diner on Saturday morning, that you can afford to pay more in taxes. I can't afford to pay more in taxes, Bob.
I have to tell you, that's a terrible barometer for judging whether people can afford more taxes. Just because they go out for breakfast once a month or once a year, you have no idea what's going on there. And certainly I hope small business can still succeed in this kind of environment. But the average person that I go around knocking on doors talking to, taxes is their number one concern. Affordability in Connecticut's their number one concern. If you continue to overtax the people in Connecticut, they're going to move out, which we've seen. This is a tough state to be a part of, tough state for business to come into. Even the income tax is another thing, which I would propose to try to reduce the income tax. It's just a burden on businesses coming into town, which again, even raising taxes sounds like a great idea to my opponent. It does not solve the problems of Connecticut. Spending more money on useless, underfunded mandates, which they push onto the town, does not help everyone. It's a short-sighted vision on how Connecticut should be.
Okay. So Bob, when you get into office, how do you plan to help the state move forward to reduce our taxes?
So I have two ideas. One, the income tax, I would love to see that keep being reduced. I know we did it for a half a point 2 years ago and then it stopped this year. But even if it's a half a point, it becomes more of a business-friendly state, which generates more revenue. We have to bring businesses into Connecticut. And if you keep taxing them with the income tax or raising it even worse, it just prevents businesses from coming in here. It actually slows down the whole business mentality of trying to make more money is taken out of your pocket. So it's a frustrating thing for me. The other thing is the underfunded or useless bills that come up that put more of a burden on the taxpayer for no real reason, in my eyes. We talk about underfunded mandates in the school system, which happens in Enfield is suffering from it right now as we speak.
When you get into office, Bob, how are you going to make that happen? How are you going to get taxes lower?
Well, I feel less of a tax burden actually generates more tax revenue. And we saw that when the state actually reduced the income tax by 0.5%. And then we stopped it for the next year. But I would like to continue going down that road with whether it's 0.5% or a whole percent each year for the next couple of years to lower that income tax, to lower the burden on businesses, make it business friendly in Connecticut, bringing in more jobs, more revenue, and a successful Connecticut. That's our goal.
Yeah, like Trump did.
I would say that's exactly the way it went. Enfield first. I'm Bob Hendrickson, and I approve this message.